First of all, Neil and Nicole Feinberg, as well as Charles Anderson, the owners of Howell Lanes, and the entire staff for helping and hosting this year's outstanding event. They really work hard behind the scenes. Thank you. To our volunteers, thank you for making this event possible, as it takes a team to make this all happen. Our special guest, Phil Brilo from 10 on the Deck, who will be providing all of the live stream and YouTube. Please make sure that you go and continue to support it by watching it, and tell your friends and family around the country to do the same. To Justin and Leslie, there are many hours of time spent into hosting this event, such as this. And when I say that from my heart, I know that Leslie put this all together. I get the glory of talking on the microphone for a couple of minutes, folks. But let me tell you, Leslie, what she has done and what Justin has done with signing everybody up and taking all of your confirmations and sending it out, please give both of them a great round of applause. It makes me look good. Next, I'd like to thank some of the sponsors. Brunswick Bowling, our presenting sponsors, along with the sponsors you see out on the lanes all weekend long. They have graciously put money into the event and making our event as big and bold as we are. Gold for Life, the Gardner family. They have also donated $2,500 in scholarship to be given away this weekend. Each squad, 2 lucky draw athletes will be picked at random to win a $250 scholarship, basically before you throw a ball down the lane. So thank you so much to Chuck and Deborah Gardner. With the help from these sponsors, we will be surpassing $250,000 in scholarship over the past 25 years of this event, which is really, really cool when I think about that. We will have an exclusive PB3 tournament merchandise and raffles available all day inside of Rev Race. Please graciously go in there, look at what you would like, or support the event. It all goes back into the youth program. Those drawings will be drawn Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Our 25 years of celebration party today in the parking lot at the high end of the bowling center from 3 to 7 p.m. with games and food. Tickets will be $15 per person. Please make sure that you hang around. It will start right after this squad. Each squad, we will raffle off a brand new Brunswick branded bowling ball with all of the funds going directly into the prize fund. Tom will be around selling those chances. Once again, please make sure that you see Tom for those. And now the format of the qualifying. Bowlers, you will be bowling 5 games of competition today. We will skip 2 pairs after each game. 1 out of 4 bowlers from each division will advance to the finals with a maximum of 16 bowlers starting Sunday morning at 9 a.m. You can find the results and standings on ParkerBones3.com. Please follow your score sheet and your lane assignment. If you need a score correction, please see myself or one of the other scoring attendants, as we will be happy to make those changes. At this time, I would like to recognize a few of the important athletes going on this squad. Please go out to the foul line when I call your names. First of all, our 2021 U15 champion, Raven Cassidy. Our 2022 U18 girls champion and junior Team USA member, Abigail Starkey. Our defending U15 boys champion, Mel Sims. Our defending U15 girls champion, Trishna Desai. And a member of junior Team USA, Chance McLean. Welcome bowlers and good luck. Everyone, if you can, if you hit the red button on your scoring console, we are going to turn the lanes on. You will get 10 minutes of practice, and then we will hold everyone up and start from there.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us here from Howell Lanes in Howell, New Jersey. This is the 25th anniversary edition of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. I'm $2 Phil Bryla, bringing you through the entire weekend. 9 a.m. squad already in the books. If you want to get the results from the players on that 9 a.m. squad, you can go to Parker Bohn 3, and that's the number 3, parkerbohn3.com. And they have all the standings. They'll update the standings squad by squad there all weekend long as well. If you get questions, drop them in the chat. We'll try to get answers as quick as we can for you. I'll check the chat as often as possible. Pretty full squad here this morning. Actually into the afternoon now here in Howell, New Jersey. Just a few pairs with openings. I know tomorrow every squad's sold out with a waiting list. So it's going to be a busy day. Over 200 players altogether are going to be taking into the lanes over those 5 squads as they try to make it to Sunday for the double elimination match play brackets in every division. It'll be 2-game total pin matches in that Sunday bracket. And they're going to have 5 games of qualifying here this afternoon at Howell Lanes. About 8 minutes of practice left. We'll talk about the lane pattern a little bit further into practice. Let's bounce around a couple pairs here as well. All right, we're about halfway through practice. as these players are attacking a 43-foot pattern. About 29 milliliters of oil in the pattern. Nice bump between like 9th and 10th board, 9, 10, 11. Overall ratio in the pattern from the outside 5 boards to the inside 5 boards is about 4-1. Problem is where that bump is in the middle, you start playing a little deep and that bump goes down to 1.67 to 1 as comparing boards 11, 12, 13 into the middle 4 boards on the lane. And we saw some players on the morning squad, the 9 a.m. squad, some of the 2-handers trying to use urethane early, and that didn't really work out well for the extended period of time. We only had two players average over 200 on the squad. Yeah, Chance McLean, you'll see him again on this squad. There are re-entries available. Chance is going to take another shot at it. He's already got a solid score. He finished at a 220 average, 1102 for his 5 games, or that would be plus 102 if you use the PBA plus minus system. Abigail Starkey on the girls under 18. Shot 1023 for her 5 games, 204 and change average. And of course, Starkey, a former winner in the girls 15 and under division in this event. So I'd say anybody in the girls 18 and under that's plus, and any boy that's plus 40 or more, I think you can leave here today feeling pretty good about your effort and finding your way to Sundays. All right, practice wrapping up. We'll give you player introductions through the 40-plus players in this squad once the official announcements are made and the arrows appear on the score sheets.
athletes.
All right, let's take it on to lanes 7 and 8. This is kind of our spotlight pair, I guess you could say. And for this game, it's spotlighting bowlers that are in our under 12 mixed division. So your bowler A is going to be CJ Sim. Your bowler B is Christopher Gerboni. Your bowler C, Vincenzo Pasillo. And your bowler D, Shane Rizzo, as that's not the start that Gerboni was looking for, as that's one immediately in the gutter. And once again, 43-foot pattern. So these bowlers don't have to force it to get down the lane. They may be smaller in stature. The majority of them may be two-handed, but one thing they need to do is really watch the control in the front part of the lane. And sometimes in these young players, get into a big event like this, sometimes, yeah, the nerves get to you. You know you're on a tougher pattern. And then you try to fight what's out there, as CJ Sim almost gets the break on the crossover strike. So the strike central feed, keep us on here if you're in, because we'll be bouncing around, we'll move you to different pairs and such. Hot hands, follow some hot hands, that type of thing. But what you can do on the YouTube page is go to any of the pair feeds and follow your favorite player, pair by pair, as they make their way across the 28 lanes in play here, 26 lanes in play. Inside of Howell lanes. And of course on Sunday, the preliminary match play rounds will battle out here in the main bay. And each championship match in the 5 divisions, the boys and girls U18, boys and girls U15, and the U12 mixed, will take place inside the Rev Rates facility. And Rizzo can't quite get the spare. Let's take you over to lanes 9 through 12.
Not perfect.
On lane 9, Dylan De La Paz is your bowler A, and CJ Quimbergi, your bowler C. On lane 10, your bowler B is Matthew Wenninger. Those players all in the U15 boys. Then go next door to 11 and 12. Colton Adams, your bowler A. Eddie Maraguchi, your bowler B. And Connor Craig, your bowler C, are your 3 players on 11 and 12, all in the U15 boys division. Let's get over to 13 through 16. As one of 2 entries in the U15 girls on the squad. There you see right there your bowler A, Kaylee Schneider. Bowling with Paige Brooks, your bowler B on that pairing. Taylor Mola, your bowler C. Mola and Brooks on the U18 girls side of the equation. Savannah Swiatocha, your bowler A on 15. Kaylee Germadig, your bowler B on 16. And Madison Smith, your bowler C on 15. All also in the U18 girls division. So quite a few bowlers in the U18 girls and U18 boys on this squad. Go with 5 U15 boys and 2 U15 girls. And the foursome we saw in the U12 mixed. I love the enthusiasm on the U12 kids because they want to get out here and they just want to bowl. They want to bowl well. Sometimes you'll see the frustration when things like that, but they have a pretty short memory most of the time. And just get out there and try again. More of us need to do that, I think, in life in general. I mean, you look at Christopher Cherboni, started with a double gutter. He's bounced back with a double on that pair, so pretty neat to see. Let's get you over to 17 through 20. All bowlers in the U18 girls division on 17. Abigail Starkey taking her second shot at. We said how well she bowled on the 9 a.m. squad a little bit earlier. Starkey, your bowler A. Raylan Taustein, your bowler B, and Brooke Anderson, your bowler C on 17-18. 19-20, Amanda Morris, your bowler A. Eva Mazzella, your bowler C, and last year's champion in the U15 girls now is moved up to U18 due to age, Trishna Desai. Once again, 5-game qualifying block, 1-4 advance to Sunday's double elimination match play. However, if there's more than 64 entries in a division, which we will definitely get with the U18 boys, could get there with the U18 girls as well. It's going to be close. But if we exceed 64 entries in the division, then the top 16 advance. And then the remaining field of cash at a 1-4 ratio. So if we have 80 entries in the boys 18 and under, 16 bowlers will advance to match play. And then an additional 4 boys in that U18 division with cash. There's some ball speed there by Brooke Anderson. Whoa, my goodness, that ball speed's approaching 19, 20 miles an hour, unfortunately for her. I'm sorry, that wasn't Anderson. I apologize. Yes, it was Anderson, okay. Wow, you see the opposite ends of the equation there. You got the 4-9 for Anderson. And then for Abigail Starkey, The surprising 8-10. Let's take you over to 21 through 24. On 21-22, Jolie Penny, your bowler A. She's your rounding out the field in the U18 girls division on the squad. Kendall Steyer is your bowler C on 21. Steyer taking a second shot at the U15 girls division. And Jackson Brewer kicking off our boys entries in the U18 boys on 22. On 23 and 24, all in the U18 boys. Jacob Spade, your bowler A. Blaze Denny, your bowler B. And Frank Saragnisi taking another shot after bowling 9 a.m. this morning. And we'll have to do some more player introductions. Into game 2, because pace fast and furious, which I like, not a lot of excessive lane courtesy. Maybe some of these players taking 2 lanes tops, most just taking 1, which is the way it should be during qualifying rounds, especially at this level. This many people bowling at a time, the parents that happen to cheer, that type of thing, these kids are not going to get thrown off by a little extra noise from a pair next to them. Maybe we will get to be able to get through the field. There's a couple pairs with 4 on the end, so we'll give you one last look at the players here. 21 through 24, we'll get over to 25 through 28. And once again, all the entries you're going to see the rest of the way in are all in the under 18 boys division. So here we go on 25 through 28. We've got Trent Paloma, your bowler A, Angelo Galafaro, your bowler B, and Chance McLean, your bowler C. McLean taking another shot at the lanes on this squad. 27 and 28. You've got Sean McNally, your bowler A, Taylor Bernier, your bowler B. Repeat entry for Bernier. Evan Hatzman, your bowler C. Jared Greenberg, your bowler D. Greenberg also taking his second shot of the day. Out of here. And let's go over our final players on 29 to 32. Your bowler A on 29 is last year's U15 boys champion, Mel Sim. He's aged up into the U18 division. Maxwell Benware is your bowler B. Rocco Marinich, your bowler C. And Peyton Nelson, your bowler D. On 29, 30, 31, 32, Gavin Kremers, your bowler A. Braden Cassidy, your bowler B. Sean Buck, your bowler C. Stephen Smith, your bowler D. Rounding out your field. So our first of 5 qualifying games wrapping up here from Howell Lanes. And game 2 of this 5-game qualifying block for the 25th anniversary of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. We're on player movement. Most players, I believe they're moving 2 pairs per game. So skip a pair, land in the second. So if you're watching on one of the pair feeds on YouTube, you're going to be bouncing feeds after every game in this squad. Game 2 coming up next. Player movement underway. Some players just starting their second game. So our U12 players that were started on 7 and 8. Looks like we skipped 2 pairs lining on a third. So the players you're seeing here in the U12 mixed and the U15 boys. So Sim, Triboni, Akilo, and Rizzo, your A, B, C, D, respectively, on 17 and 18. Or, pardon me, on 13 and 14, on 15 and 16. De La Paz and Quim Burgi, your A and C. Winger and Adams, your B. Wenger is your B, pardon me, on 15 and 16. We'll be bouncing around here in the Strike Central feed. We'll follow some young players that might be getting big strings of strikes or have a hot hand for most of the morning. Otherwise, with every pair in play available on the Parker Bohn the third scholarship tournament YouTube page, you can follow your favorite player as they move pair to pair. Unfortunately, no way to put a lane movement chart in the YouTube description, so hopefully someone on site sends you a picture or let you know where the players are moving to. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to have to do a little hunt and search, but that many of the youth tournaments out there, you can watch every frame, every game, every pair, start to finish, all the way through a tournament. But you can do it here at the PB3. Third year we've been here. Glad to be here every year. Hopefully to be here for 30 more to come. I don't know if my age will let that happen, but who knows. Somebody will continue the tradition of 10 on the Deck Productions, which is my production company. Want to thank the Bohn family for bringing me in once again, and they had so many volunteers for this event. We're happy with 10 on the Deck Productions to provide our time and equipment for this great event again. Uh-oh. Oh, Tom Russo selling the 50-50 raffle tickets. There we go. You got to remember, though, every raffle they have, whether it's a ball raffle, 50-50 raffle, gift basket raffles, silent auctions, everything they have here for the parents to have a little extra fun at the PB3. All those proceeds go right back into the scholarship prize fund for these young players. Looks like we may have another $25,000 in scholarships being awarded again this year. In the history of this event, they're approaching the $300,000 mark here in year 25. That's just incredible. Trying to see if we have any big strike strings out there. Not as of yet. If we get them, we'll follow them. Some pairs are already in the 5th, 6th game because of the different pacing. Some have 4 in a pair, some have 3. If you get questions about the event, feel free to drop it in the chat on YouTube. We'll try to get those answered for you as best as possible. So awesome seeing last year's winners. You see on the masking units on the top portion of 4 of 5 winners from last year. You can see on this stream the masking unit for Jake Boxty. A little farther down the center over on 25 and 26, but we've seen that masking unit a little earlier. Let's go down to 9 and 10. 9 through 12 actually we're on right now. And these are players that started on 29 and 30. You're on 9 and 10. So Sim is your A. Benware, your B. Marinich, your C. Nelson, your D. So Benware, front 3. Sim open double in your A spot. Marinich, solid start. Double spare in your C spot. And Nelson, that third frame strike started open, but starting to try to turn the tide here. And when you have the speed and rev rate of a Ben Ware, you can get away with urethane on this medium high volume 43-foot pattern. And it looks like Sim has urethane in hand as well. Sim are defending U15 boys champion. And Sim with the turkey on the board. Well, let's stay here. We got a player on the front five. Didn't see a lot of big scores this morning, other than the 279. That Chance McLean started with. McLean starting with 234 this morning. Just taking a casual glance at the scores. That's going to be high on this squad after one game. So if I was a player on the lanes, I was struggling a bit. I'd keep an eye on what Chance McLean's doing. Just 7 players in our U18 boys throwing 200 or better in game 1. High game on the U18 girls side of the equation. Paige Brooks with a 199, Madison Smith with a 198. Swiatocha, Morris, and Andreessen also throwing 190 or better. Under 15 boys, the high game there was 180 by CJ Quimbergi. And for our U12 boys, high game by Pixillo. Pixillo is with a 172 game in game 1. For our U15 girls, Kendall Steyer, 141, leads that division after game 1. There you see Nelson on 9 and 10, take them all down. Nelson 202 is opening game. Mel Sim stepping up on 9, looking to get that spare. Sim 215 opening game. Ben Ware 217 opening game. He might have that beat by the 8th frame of this game as he's on the front 6. And Marinich stepping up on lane 9. Marinich 172 for his opening game of the squad. Even though this is our last qualifying squad for today, the fun here isn't ending at Howell Lanes, as we will have the trio sweeper with the always popular PB3 Eliminator to kick it off. That starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then we'll have 3 squads of qualifying for you tomorrow. 9 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 4 p.m., your qualifying times as players trying to advance into Sunday's double elimination match play. Another you see getting ready to step up in lane 10. Maxwell Benoit. Looking for the excellent 8th in a row. As he continues to pursue perfection here in game 2 of this squad. And that one, that looked like he gave it a little extra on the bottom. Still a great run for Benoit after his 2:17 start. It's our 3rd year here at the PB3. Watching some of these kids like Mel Sim that, you see him for the first time, 13, 14 years old, and game's still a little rough around the edges as they continue to grow, improve their speed, their timing, their strength. And even in just the year it's been since Sim took down the U15 boys title, his game looks even better. Just the work these young players put in constantly to improve, and then when you show up at an event like this, you see so many other players that are improving along with you. You have to stay at the top of your game. In order to be competitive and try to take down those top scholarship prizes here. Maxwell Benoit just hanging back on the approach, hanging back in the sets here, just keeping an eye on the lanes. That's one thing sometimes I think these young players don't get enough credit for is how smart they actually are when they're out on the lanes. If you watch the PBA Clash from Bayside Tuesday night and FS1, the qualifiers that came out of the PBA LBC National Championships, and you saw a young player from Illinois, Gianna Brandolino, take down the top prize, took out Chris Prather in that final elimination round, took down $60,000. That'll help pay for some college, as Brandolino, not even of 18 years of age as of yet, high school senior this year. And she knew the format of the class. She knew it was going to take a lot of time between shots, especially in those early rounds, that she was going to be waiting around 30, 40 minutes between shots the first and second round. And so she was taking notes. She was writing down where she was playing in the lane. She was writing down, watching where the other players are playing and their reaction to help keep her in the game with transition, to help, hey, she might have forgotten something or talked to somebody during a commercial break. And the last thing you want to have happen is, forget where you were, or forget what move you wanted to make. And boy, you talk about playing it smart, taking notes, journaling it out. As Benoit stepping up, looking for 279 here on lane 10. See what he does after the 2-pin in the 8th frame on this lane. I don't know if that's going to hold. Oh, okay. Gave that one a little extra. Loft on the lanes, and great toss there by Ben Ware. Yeah, these young players nowadays, they're so smart to keep it together in the game in pressure situations. Sure, man with the history of PB3, you know, he's good under pressure, but to be able to do that as an 18-year-old, or not even 18-year-old for Brandolino, just incredible. So, wrapping up our second of 5 qualifying games here from Howell Lanes in Howell, New Jersey. And player movement. And game 3 coming up next here on the 12:30 Friday squad of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Glad to have you here for the 25th annual PB3. right, we've got some ladies well into game 3 here, as we do have some different pacing. Some pairs with 3 in a pair, some pairs with 4, and all depending on who you follow game to game. As you just saw last year's U15 champion, Trishna Desai, come off on 31 and 32. Desai's your bowler B on that pair. Amanda Morris, your bowler A. Desai, your bowler B. Marzella, your bowler C. And then over next door on 29 and 30. Got Abigail Starkey, your A, Raylan Taustein, your B, and Brooke Andreessen, your bowler C, as they're already well on their way to finishing up of their 3rd game. Take you next door on lanes 25 to 28. Kaylee Schneider, your bowler A. Paige Brooks, your bowler B. And Taylor Mola, your bowler C, on 25 and 26. '27 and 28. Pardon me, it's Swiatocha, Smith, and Germandig, your bowlers on 25 and 26. 27 and 28. Oh, I was right. Swiatocha, Smith, Germandig. There you go. All right, 27 and 28 this game. Apologies, sometimes getting to see these players for the first time in a year, it's easy to forget who's who. There's Smith taking a lane on 27. Smith 198, 169 to start with. As some of the scores for game 2 just piling in. Looks like Andreessen's your leader after two, the 390 total for 2 games. And as I believe if somebody on the girls division, any of the girls divisions walks out at a 200 average or better, I think you're in good shape for making it to Sunday. Taking a look on the U18 boys side of the equation, we'll catch down to a couple of players that are in the lead right now. As Ben Ware, we saw his big 260 game in game 2. Ben Ware plus 82. Mel Sim plus 38 on the same pair. So we'll check in with Sim and Ben Ware as they're just entering the 4th frame on that pairing. Only 5 players on the U18 boys to this point through 2 games averaging 200 or better. So that goes to show not only how tough this pattern is playing here with 43 feet, 29 mils in the pattern, but also kids make your spares. let's check in with our leaders with Sim and Ben Ware. Well, we saw Ben Ware strike a lot last game, 265 with the front 7. He's on the front 6 this game. He's going to be coasting into Sunday at the rate he's pacing. Remember, it's a top 16 in U18 boys that will advance. There's enough entries already, we know that. It'll be any players after the top 16 in a 1-4 ratio would cash. Waiting on updates for the U18 girls, how big that bracket may be. Not sure if there may be a 12-player bracket with buys assigned. We'll find out. And we'll find out if there's going to be a U12 bracket this year. We might have enough for an actual bracket. We'll find out. How close it's going to be. Here we go for Ben Ware, looking for the sassy 7th in a row. Make it happen. Make it so. And the man is turning into a machine, as that's now the front 7. Sim looking to bounce back here. As one open, one double, pacing 190s here in the 7th frame. Makes it pretty, splits the 8-9. Over next door, you see wrap 10, and boy, just when you thought you could put 210 on the board, doesn't happen. you can hear that Tom Russo anywhere. He's going to make sure everybody knows that 50-50 raffle is closing up shortly. So we got 8 in a row now for Ben Ware. Got past his roadblock from last game when he had the front 7. Ben Ware, yeah, just doing his thing, sitting behind the lanes, not real chatty, not real talkative. Don't blame him right now. They're on the front 8. Keep the focus going. Step up, looking for the nifty 9th. Using that loft to clear the heads and a little too much around it maybe. Change of direction. He's got 2 more games. I mean, if you go, he's gone front 7. Now he's gone front 8. He's got room for front 9 and all of them in the 10th. There you go. Make it easy. It's just easy to do. Just talk about it. It'll happen. So game 3 in the books. We're 3/5 of the way through this round. There can only mean one thing. Game 4 of this qualifying block coming up next from Howell Lanes in Howell, New Jersey, and the 2024 Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Well, as you can see, we've got some of the young ladies well underway into game 4. And let's take you over to some more young ladies bowling in the under 18 division. There's your, well, you can't say defending champion. She won in the 15U girls last year, Trishna Desai. And Desai, unfortunately, 4 nines on that shot. Desai gives it a shot, just misses. Desai on the lanes with Morris and Mazzella. Morris your A, Desai your B, Mazzella your C on that pairing. On 11 and 12, on 9 and 10. Starkey your A, Taustein your B, and Andreessen your C. Game 3 score is starting to be loaded in the system by Justin Bohn, Brandon Bohn, and all the volunteers here. So we'll get you a scoring update coming around momentarily. Well, 4-bagger ends for Starkey with 10-pin. Starkey on the 9 a.m. squad. Ferry to plus 23, a 10-23-5 game total to pace the field to this point. And that's definitely her set to choose from right now. Is this at 176, 184, 177. So even with the big game here, she's looking at 249. She's still going to need a second huge game to pass her 9 a.m. mark. And Dreesen, 147 in game 3, brings her back a bit to the field. She's at a 537 total, a minus 63 for those of you that prefer the PBA scoring system. As this pattern definitely playing tough for the U18 girls, as we have yet to see a player, heck, in the plus. Desai closest right now, 174, 185, 227. But as we see here, Desai having some issues here in game 4, and that minus 14 score is going to have a bunch piled on to the minus. And we'll catch up with our leaders in the 18 boys. With Ben Ware and Sim in a bit. Ben Ware tearing it up. He's at 737 for his first 3. Big advantage over Sim in second, as there's currently only 6 boys to the positive after 3 games. So this 43-foot pattern definitely giving some players headaches here this afternoon. Starkey finishes with 229. As we said, though, to get by her effort from this morning, it's going to require a big game 5. Andreessen, I mean, you talk about a prime example of being able to increase that footwork speed to the line and make sure you accelerate with that arm swing to get through. I mean, she's pretty effortless with getting that ball speed. I mean, it's 19 miles an hour where it's marked down lane, so figure it slows down a couple miles an hour after it hits friction. That ball's coming out of her hand 20 and a half or 21 miles an hour. And just a prime example as a young player, what you need to do to generate ball speed. Don't keep it even tempo. Accelerate the footwork towards the line. Accelerate the arm swing through the shot. And let's get over to Mel Sim. Sim and Ben Ware, your leaders. Ben Ware with a 737 opening 3 games. Sim with a 652. Oh, we're not going to get to the front 8 this game for Ben Ware. Start with the front 3, however, though. Yeah, if I'm a player at home watching the live streams and I'm bowling tomorrow, I'm definitely taking notes off of Ben Ware, and I'm taking notes off of Sim if I'm a high-speed, high-rev player. If you're one of the young ladies and you've been watching Desai or Starkey, those aren't bad role models either for the young ladies that may have a little less on the rev rate and the ball speed. And we got a front 4. By Nelson. Nelson needs it too. Nelson finds himself at minus 82. Only 518 for his first 3 games. Started off okay with 202, but then fell back 159, 157. And at the rate he's going, he'll have those 150 games taken care of by the 6th frame of this game if he keeps piling on the strikes. Well, the run's out for Nelson, but still a solid game going. Uh-oh. We got raffles. Draw some winners. Rattler bowling ball going out. And the question always is, does the parent keep the bowling ball or does it go to the kid? I'd say it's about half and half I've seen at these ball raffles. Half of them, mom or dad decides it's time to drill one up for them, and you can't blame them one bit. No matter what, mom and dad are keeping the money in the 50-50. I mean, come on. Take a gas. At least. Hey, there you go. So thanks to Bowl for Life, the Gardner Family Foundation. I like to joke around with, but it's a lot of people that help Chuck and Deb Gardner out. Jolie Penny is the young lady that receives $250 from Bowl for Life on this squad, and Matthew Wenger on the boys' side receives $250. All they do is show up, pay their entry fee. Everybody in that raffle, every squad, and thanks to Bowl for Life, $500 per squad, $2,500 in total awarded just for bowling to 10 lucky winners, 5 on the boys' side and 5 on the girls' side. So once again, not only thanks to Chuck and Deb Gardner, but thanks to everyone who supports Bowl for Life through their donations, sponsorships. They award so much in scholarships to bowlers not on the merit of talent, through essays, through other contests, through random raffles like we're having here. So they want bowlers to enjoy the sport for a lifetime, regardless if they're going to end up being one of the best in the world all time or they just have fun with it with their family and friends.
Last 4 digits, 9761.
So that's really awesome that that vision for the Gardner family has come through with hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships awarded to young bowlers.
We have a couple of people checking their tickets as we speak.
Wow, we're 50-50 raffle, and ticket was drawn a couple minutes ago, and nobody's claiming victory.
Okay, if you pull out your green ticket, we'll try this again.
Yeah, a redraw. That's very surprising.
Person that did not play. Okay, the new winner this time. Last 4 digits on the green ticket, 9715. 9715. Please come to the front desk and claim your prize.
Ben Ware is just having a day. Sim trying to play comeback, though, as Mel Sim has a chance to put 279 on the board. It really doesn't matter if you qualify first or 16th. It's just nice knowing that you have a big gap over the rest of the field. You don't have to worry about taking part in any competition on Saturday, unless you really want to try to improve on your score. But I think with what Ben Ware and Sim are putting up, I think that's the only time we're going to see or need to see Sim and Ben Ware on the weekend. Let's see what Sim can do here. Looking for the 5-bagger. Nope. Or did it carry? It did carry. I didn't think it was going to get up there fast enough. Managed to sweep the 7 out. That's a bit of a surprise, I got to say, honestly. But I watched that leave his hand. But hey, we're just observers. Only the bowler knows the feel that went into a particular shot and whether or not it's going to be a quality result at the pins. And Sim makes it happen. both of our U15 champions from last year with Desai and Sim both on this squad. But both players now moved up into the U18 division in their respective genders. Sim looking for a solid 6 in a row. Smooth at the post. Maybe too smooth. That ball really had a little extra pop on the back end. Doesn't take any large change in speed, axis rotation, full number of revolutions to make a shot that you might think is good out of your hand. Not be great once it gets to the pins. So Ben Ware, some struggles. Sim trying to cut the gap. And our 4th game of this 5-game qualifying block getting near its conclusion. Our final game of this 12:30 p.m. qualifying round will take place after player movement. This is the 25th anniversary of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. Don't forget this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, your start for the PB3 Eliminator and Trio Sweeper. All right, so underway on game 5. We'll wait for Nelson to throw his spare here, make sure he gets it. All right, so he'll do something on the field ball. Let's get back to some young ladies trying to close out their qualifying efforts. There's Desai. Desai sitting at 732 after 4, 146 last game, really dinged her. But with that 732, she's sitting 3rd on the squad. Abigail Starkey at 766. We saw the finish of her 229 game last game here in the Strike Central feed. That's leading the U18 girls on this squad. Brooke Andreessen in 2nd on the squad at 735. Andreessen got dinged by a 147 in game 3. So the interesting part about watching some of these scores, especially in the U18 girls and in the U15 divisions, is that they can afford a bad game. They can afford a 140, 150 game and still have the chance to bounce back, be competitive. Looking over on the U18 boys for scores. Still waiting on a couple of scores to get in. But we do know that Maxwell Benware at 926, Mel Sim at 906 leading the squad. Blaze Denny, 244 in game 4 for Denny, has Blaze at 885 for 3rd on the squad. Seven players averaging 200 or better on this squad for the U18 boys. But right now, Denny, Sim, and Ben Ware can just have solid finishes. You're going to see them in competition on Sunday. Just making his way on screen for a little FaceTime, Parker Bohn III. Yeah, is one man that, as much as he wants to say this is all Leslie and the family putting it all together, he has as much hands in this tournament as anybody else. Making things happen, and when your name's on the event, you want to make sure everything's perfect. And Parker, talking to parents, talking to family, talking to the bowlers. Always making sure that the players, even if they're not bowling well on the lanes, they're having a good experience off of it. Oh, we're looking for a big finish out of Mazzella on 17-18. As Mazzella, she struggled at this point. Only 625 for her first 4 games, but a chance to put up a big finish, and maybe there's room for a re-entry for Mazzella. Yeah, she can still get to 258. Don't know if that'd be enough to get to tomorrow, but you got some confidence walking out the door for sure. So Desai, not a bad finish, but we'll have to see if she takes that chance at re-entering, if there's room. I know there's waiting lists on some of these squads. Don't see her on the 9 a.m. roster for tomorrow. Or the 12:30 roster. Yeah, this, unless Desai manages to sneak in on another squad, could be trouble getting in tomorrow with that final total. I mean, 80 under, yeah, it's going to be a close one. I mean, we know the Parents playing tougher than last year. We're going to go play catch-up with our leaders on the U18 boys side of things with Sim and Benoit. And we may have to slide over and check out another couple of pairs because we got a couple players in the front 5. So we're going to do that in a moment. There you see Ben Ware. Here's a surprise. Start with a front bunch of strikes. Make it front 4 now, but let's get over to '21 through 24. A couple of nice runs going. McLean, spare and a bunch. Keep the bunch going. That's 7 in a row for McLean. He's not going to match his score from earlier, as he was 102 over. Can't get there on this squad. Gallofaro, pardon me, under at this point, minus 23, and he's going to get to the plus. So if Gallofaro can finish strong, he should see Sunday competition. Serignice. Give him 6 in a row along with I'm sorry, that's the only 6 in a row. The other one's a blind. They snuck it up on me. Usually the blinds they put at zeros or Dutch 200. But we still got a lot of strikes getting thrown around on this pair. So Gallofaro punches out in the 10th. He'll get to 10 over on the event. He'll have a 10-10 total with a 233 last game. And, a huge break there. So he's going to be just under or even, depending on the spare and the fill count. So that's a sweat right there, because I'm thinking it's probably going to take the 3 squads tomorrow 20 to 40 over to make it to match play in the 18U boys. U18, 18U, it doesn't matter where the U goes. Only if you're a 1980s import vehicle. The U goes, ha. Bad dad joke there. So McLean's going to have to take his toll from this morning, but being 100 over, he'll be fine. Even though right now, if he shoots 290 the last game, that would put him at plus 92. Bowlers cannot cash multiple times in the event, so that is, they're just trying to bowl to improve their qualifying positions with multiple entries, and we don't have to worry about that now. Serignice gets them all to go. And we mentioned Blaze Denny having a nice day. Needs to turn it around here. If he can strike out, he'll stay plus. He'd have a definite sweat score, as he's currently at 885. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is go open, shoot 160 and be in that plus 40 range. that's the problem. You don't want to be giving pins back and sweating it out. Now he's got a max of 180. I mean, if he punches in the 10th, he'd be at a plus 60 overall. That's not too bad. Well, let's see what Sergnisi can do here. Wasting no time getting that ball cleaned off. Take the chamois, take the towel, looking for the nifty 9th in a row. We've yet to have a front 9 today. This could be our first. 5 to the line. There it is, our nifty 9th. We have a 9-bagger on 21 and 22. Sergnisi. Our first pursuit of perfection to make it to the 10th frame so far today. Goes to show this pattern playing kind of tough. And Sergnisi right now, he was at plus 8 coming into this game, so he'll be taking care of business tomorrow with this great finish. Now Denny, you see stepping up on 21. Punch 1 for sure. Oh! Hop, skip, and a jump, and the messenger misses. Get the 170, be 58 over when you leave the building. I think you see Sunday. You're going to be sweating there, Blaze Denny, but you're going to see Sunday. The only sweating right now that Sergnisi's doing is waiting for his 10th frame. So Denny gets the spare, so he'll be at plus 58 if he strikes here, but still anytime in the plus 50s. Denny will see Sunday. There you go. Plus 56. He'll see Sunday. And here we go. Frank Sergnisi looking for the tasty 10th. Ooh, that was a little quick off the thumb. Comes high, 9-pin. Best run we've had so far. But with that game, spare here, striking the 10th, he'll be at plus 97. We'll see Frank Sergnisi on Sunday for sure. Sergnisi missed that, but we'll still see him Sunday. He'll be in the plus 70 range. He should be good. Mel Sim looking for the big finish. Sim, second frame open. Oh, no, second frame open, and all strikes other than that. Front 6 once again. For Ben Ware, as these players looking to have a big finish. So this is the final few shots of qualifying. We'll let you enjoy it with the beautiful sights and ambient sounds of Howell Lanes here in Howell, New Jersey. The fun's not done for the day, though. The qualifying might be done, but the fun's not done. The trio sweeper kicking off with the PB3 Eliminator. That starts tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time from here at Howell Lanes. For the Bohn family, for all the volunteers, I'm $2 Phil Brylo. Hey, parents, take the kids bowling because, you know, they're going to have fun for life. And we'll see you back here at 6 p.m. for the trio sweeper.
When you are done, can you please make sure? All right. Everybody later on, remember, about 3 o'clock, everyone, the party on the parking lot will start, and that will go until about 7 this evening. Our triples event starts at 7 o'clock, but the eliminator starts at 6 p.m.